Hey everyone, so I'm back with our Bits and Bites bins again, but we have a wrinkle in the mix this week on the meal planning. My daughter Danny had all 4 of her wisdom teeth removed yesterday, the poor thing, on a soft diet all this week. We definitely need to take into consideration trying to plan a couple of dinners that she has a shot at eating middle of the week towards later in the week. So for the second week in a row, I did not get the beef stroganoff made, and I am putting that on the menu one more time. And I'll use ground beef, so hopefully that'll be soft enough for her to be able to eat. But I did get 5 out of the 7 meals that I had planned last week made. I thought I'd make pepperoni stromboli last week, so I'm going to give that a shot again. This has been riding around in my side-by-side for a long time. It's a little pork tenderloin. It's honey garlic. I think I'm going to do another round of the spaghetti with sauteed veggies and then olive oil and garlic for the sauce. I have 6 little meatballs in my Bits and Bites bin. These are fairly good size. And Gabby's a little thing. She's not a very big eater. So we're going to do that tonight. Maybe I'll do some macaroni and cheese with ham. And this little thing of gourmet sliced ham has been riding in my Bits and Bites bin for a long time. And then I've got a couple of bits and bites of ground beef. Between the two, I think that will be plenty for the beef stroganoff. I have a half package of sausage. Maybe those sausage and cream cheese croissants again. 2 things of roast beef in here still, and they really are roast beef because I can still read the darn labels. They both have a packet of gravy, so I think those are just going to keep riding in here for a little while longer. We're doing the pepperoni, so I'm not going to get into the salami either. So if we can get all that meat that I've set out eaten this week, my Bits and Bites bin will be down to this, you guys. Woohoo! Alright, so I need one more meal because I've only got 4 down there. So I don't have any chicken in my Bits and Bites bin, but goodness knows I have a bunch out in the freezer. The beef stroganoff is a creamy dish. The mac and cheese, we'll call that a creamy dish. So I think I'll try to do something with the chicken that's flavorful. After a little bit of wrestling in my deep freezer, I came across the fact that I still have 3 bags of these Tyson appetizers. If you saw a prior shopping haul from a couple of weeks ago, I got a super good deal on these, so I bought a bunch of them. I think for Gabby and I, if Danny's not up to eating by then, and if she is, I have more. I'm going to make today some curried cauliflower, carrot, and kale soup. It's so colorful. That's why I call it spring soup. It just looks like a rainbow soup, and it's so good and good for you with all the nutrients in there. So I pulled a package of the chicken broth that I had made. Now we gotta plan the sides here. And I think I will make roasted potatoes to go with, because I still have a bunch of the fresh red potatoes and russet potatoes that I bought in shopping hauls a week or 2 ago. Some green beans, Mediterranean veggies, just peppers and onions. I might throw some carrots in there with it as well. I just keep it simple and have some mixed veggies with it. Just throw some of this roasted cauliflower. I like a little green, and I still have lettuce and kale growing out there on my tower. Maybe I'll do a Caesar salad with it. Call that good enough. And the veggie pasta and chicken tonight, I'm going to use up a bunch of cherry tomatoes for my garden. A little bit of zucchini left that I can chop up and throw in with that. And I think I'll throw some green peas in there with it. Perfect. That'll be enough veggies. Make this frozen bag of the sweet potato blend. It's green beans, a little red and yellow pepper, and I think that'll be perfect to go with the casserole. 2 little things of canned pumpkin puree. And I still have a roll of pie crust in the freezer. So the little mini pumpkins were such a big hit with the fiance about a month ago. I think I'll make some more of those Thursday. All right, so shuffling through my veggie bins, I've combined what was two now into one with having pulled things for the meals this week. Woohoo, progress. And I also realized I have cheesy broccoli in here, two small boxes of that. So that might be a good one to put with the calzones. I think maybe I'll make this sweet potato green bean mixture on the night that I make the ham and mash. So we're good to go. I'm going to use all of that up this week. Going. Hopefully Danny Busser can eat something. Okay, guys, I've got the menu board made out. Week 9, officially the last of February already. I'm gonna make that spaghetti with sauteed veggies and garlic and olive oil sauce with the meatballs tonight. I'll probably do a little Caesar salad and leftover Italian bread with it. We'll do the Tyson barbecue chicken and the wild rice with some frozen mixed veg on Monday. Then Tuesday will be the beef stroganoff, probably some mashed potatoes and Mediterranean vegetables, frozen. Wednesday will be the pepperoni calzones and the frozen broccoli and cheese. Thursday we'll do mac and cheese with ham and the frozen sweet potato green bean pepper mixture and some frozen Rhodes rolls. I have the last of a package in there to use up. Then Friday we'll do the pork tenderloin with roasted potatoes, green beans, and leftover dinner rolls. Then Saturday we'll probably do chicken of some kind. I don't know what yet. That or the wives will end up doing their own thing and I'll get out of cooking. So today, Sunday, it's already 2 o'clock. I really need to get with it. So I'm going to make some hummus, the spring soup, some naan bread to go with the hummus. Hopefully Danny will be able to eat that. Coffee cake, and then I probably won't make the Asian slaw today. I'll probably make that on Wednesday. And then I'm home now, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so don't have to be that far ahead of the game anymore, which is wonderful. So I'm making the naan bread to go with hummus, and I'll be using up the last little bit of this crock of flour and reloading. My flour does not expire until April of 24, and that crock holds about 2.5 bags, and I have a couple more out in the pantry. I have 18 packets of yeast left, and if I make one yeast bread product a week, that will take me to the middle of June, so I've got to get on it. All right, so I'm on to making what I call spring soup because it's very colorful, like an Easter egg. And it sounds prettier. I'll link the recipe down below. So the recipe calls for ricing the cauliflower after you roast it in the oven with the curried spices. So I have mine roasting right now. After I cook the other veggies in the oil, I will be adding the broth, etc., and cooking that on the stove for about 20 minutes. I'm out here in my little patio garden, snagging some kale for the spring soup. But I do just love having fresh kale growing in my backyard. You know how it is. You buy a bag of it, tell yourself you're going to use it, and then you don't. At least that happens to me sometimes. So I love having this stuff growing because I'm not wasting anything. It's wonderful. All right, so here's the kale from my garden. It says to remove the stems, of course, so I'm going to get that done. And my cauliflower just finished roasting in the oven. So here's the roasted cauliflower that's going in the soup. Used up the half a bag of shredded carrots I had left, half of a red onion, Now I'm going to toss the kale in there, broth out of the freezer. The seasonings on the cauliflower, it's curry, paprika, cumin, and salt. And now I'll be adding black pepper, red pepper flakes, a can of coconut milk, probably a little more salt, and the kale. And that's the soup. And I'll show you the finished product in a minute. The YAs are doing their Sunday thing. Gabby's an organizer. She organizes her bathroom monthly, I think. Gets it from her mother. There's Wisdom Tooth Girl, the poor thing. We feel so bad for her. And therefore, we're making the soup. On with the meal prep. After consulting with the YAs, Danny says she wants 0 little bits or chunks in the soup. Gabby says, I don't want pureed soup. So, what I'm going to do here is rice this cauliflower with what is a meat masher. And you guys, I am only showing you this because it's working incredibly well. And then the plan is I will remove a couple cups of the soup and then puree that in a blender. So I've got my naan bread dough divided into 8 pieces. The recipe says to roll it into about a 6-inch diameter and then fry it on each side in a hot pan. It turned out so well. I can't even believe I've been paying $4 for that stuff at the store. The hummus turned out well. And this bread is amazing, you guys. So easy to make. Here's Danny's pureed soup. She really loved it. And here's the non-pureed with my non-bread on the side. This will be dinner tonight because it was after 4 o'clock by the time I got all this ready. And the YA said that's good enough. They don't want anything else. They might have some ice cream. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Take care.